Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakar Kodash, double honors to the apostles, excuse me, and elders at Great Millstone that rule well. Salutations to the hopeful elect, pushing this word of sincerity and truth on the four corners of the earth. All right. And I'm going to start in 2nd Esdras 15. All right, I'm also going to get into an article, but let's start here. 2nd Esdras 15 and 11, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and stretch out arm and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and I will destroy the land thereof. All right, and you see, one of the plagues, all right, is this coronavirus. All right, now I see that it say over 100 people died in New York. All right, there's more body counts going up just off this coronavirus. All right, and that's the same thing that Yahweh Hashem Yahushai did in ancient Egypt. He was smited, all right, Egypt with plagues, man. The locusts, ate their crops, all right, which was affected their economy, of course, and trade. All right, you seeing that with this, coronavirus. It's affecting the economy. You got restaurants closed. You got all type of services, man. They talking about closing the Uber Eats and everything like that, and the Uber in itself. All right, so that's going to affect not only the driver but the people who may not have vehicles to go make their money. They gonna lose their money. You know what I'm saying? Once again, other companies are shutting down. All right, and this pestilence is a real big thing right now. Globally. All right, although this is talking about modern day Egypt, which is America, this is happening globally. All right, the Most High is plaguing everybody. It says, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that Yahweh shall bring upon it. All right, and we know that, once again, one of those plagues, all right, that the Lord said that he was going to bring upon Egypt again, all right, is pestilence. All right. But one of the plagues that I want to get into is chaos, man. I'm gonna get into this article in a minute about Philadelphia actually has a catch and release program, I guess, for criminals, man. So they're not even really taking people to jail now. When these people are gonna know that they can't go to jail for certain things, what's that gonna increase? Crime and chaos, man. All right. So I'm gonna have to 16. It says, "For there shall be sedition amongst men," which that's been going on for years. People rising up against this authority, which is not only in America but around the world. It says, "And invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." All right. The point that I wanted out of this is, and invading one another. All right. Because once again, when you look at this catch and release thing that's going on, all right, this is just going to invoke more crime. I lost the article. Oh, no, there it is. So it says, "Is murder still a crime, though? Philly introduces catch and release for looters and drug dealers until coronavirus crisis ends," man. So they basically allowing crime to go on, all right, out of fear of this virus, man. It says cops in Philadelphia have stopped making arrests for an array of crimes, including drugs, theft, and sex work. All right, meaning prostitution. All right, so drug dealing is now allowed here, which we all know what comes with drug dealing: chaos amongst, the dealers trying to get money. We all know how that game go. It says theft. So if somebody steal your shit, somebody can just steal your car, you call the police, at least in Philly right now, ain't nothing gonna happen. Somebody break in your house and steal something, nothing's gonna happen. It goes to invading one another, man. All right, and prostitution, which it was never really catching nobody doing that shit anyway. Adopting a catch and release policy for the span of the coronavirus crisis, and what some saw as a step toward anarchy. Anarchy being what? Chaos. All right? You're starting to see it's gonna get chaotic out here, man. All right, just like I can't even remember the movie name, but man, I ain't seen it in so long, but I'm sure brothers remember the visual. It was like chaos, and everybody was looting in a grocery store, and the guy was about to take something, but he saw a cop, because he thought the cop was gonna do something, and eventually the cop just started looting too, because he was trying to take care of his family. I think he grabbed some wipes or some Pampers or something like that, and ran out of the store. All right, this is gonna be complete anarchy. All right, like the scriptures say. It says, they shall not regard their kings nor princes. All right, meaning the cops as well. They not gonna regard their duty to quote unquote protect the people as they say they do, you know, because everybody's gonna be trying to survive, eat, and live, because there's gonna be more murders out here, more death. All right, everybody's just gonna be trying to survive, you know. So even the police, you know, which are regular citizens themselves, just with a badge, they're not gonna regard the government either. All right. It says the city's perhaps aptly named police commissioner Danielle Outlaw ordered that's ironic, Danielle Outlaw ordered the dramatic policy change on Tuesday, detailed in a memo leaked to local media outlets. Starting on March 17th, officers were instructed to only briefly detain those caught committing a laundry list of nonviolent offenses, ranging from car and retail theft, which would cover looting, burglary, possession and distribution of narcotics, fraud, vandalism, and prostitution, among others. All right. It says, due to the coronavirus, Philadelphia police will no longer be making arrests for all narcotic offenses, theft from persons, they're going to invading one another, retail theft, theft from auto, burglary, vandalism, bench warrants, stolen autos, economic crimes such as passing bad checks, fraud, and prostitution. It says, after verifying a suspect's identity, officers were ordered to release the offender and submit all relevant paperwork to the department's detective division, which will pursue arrest warrants sometime after the pandemic scare dies down. At least that's the plan, which is not gonna happen, man. All right, the police not gonna go after everybody who got caught committing a crime during this time, because the crime is gonna rise so much. All right, and if you're talking about theft, I mean, when you amongst the poor, all right, which is the Israelites, you know what I'm saying, and everybody else, but just chiefly when I want to talk about the poor, like they you know what I'm saying, and I'm not saying brothers go out there and start stealing shit in Philadelphia, but you know, you're gonna see a lot of that, man. Jake was doing that shit on a regular anyway. So that's when Jake is gonna start running up in them Edomite houses. All right, or that you're about to see the effect of that gentrification. All right, if this was to pass, you know, in other places, I'm not sure of the level of gentrification that's going on in Philadelphia, to be honest, but I'm sure it's going on. And you Edomites, you Edomites that's living around Jake, you know, that have, you know, all those goods, that's the first thing that's gonna pop into an Israelite mind. You know, I can go in here and they ain't gonna do shit. I ain't gonna go to jail. So it's gonna be a lot of B&Es, man. All right. It says a number of netizens saw the move as an open invitation to looters, right, to start filling their pockets, with some wondering what other crimes might be allowed to slide, as police are directed to look the other way. All right, rape, even though they won't put it in this article, all right, women are gonna get ravished during this time, all right, because the police ain't gonna run up just because no woman got taken, man. All right, it says, is murder still a crime, or is that okay too? I wouldn't want to be in Chicago or Baltimore right now, since when do police officers get to use the coronavirus not to do their job? And this shit was happening anyway. You know, it says, and going back to the economy, jail is a big part of this economy. You know, these people are not quote unquote fighting crime out of the goodness of their heart. Jail is a big part of this economy. So people not going to jail mean the private prison industry is gonna lose money. All off this one plague, man, with many more to come. All right. But it says, does that include bank robbery? Just asking for a friend. So basically a free pass to loot. Government imposed anarchy. That's new. It says others intercepted the change in procedure as a object lesson on the need for a Second Amendment, with many encouraging their fellow commenters to find a way to defend themselves in the event of a crime wave. And that's the violence that's going to come, the death. All right? Because it's very easy in America. That's why some people call it the land of the handgun. You can get a gun anywhere, man. So it's like, yeah, these people are going to war with each other, man. It says that right there is why you own guns. It says it's time for their return. I don't really know what that is. Sounds like a good lesson to have. Second Amendment rights. Some took a wholly different approach to the news, however, planning out mock crime sprees while their opportunity presents themselves. And it says, BRB gotta go steal a car and buy some hookers and blow with bad checks. It says, I'm banned from your country, could have a second big time. In Los Angeles, meanwhile, city officials have directed police to cite and release offenders whenever possible in an effort to make room in the already crowded jails and stem the spread of the virus, while New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio is now contemplating whether to release nonviolent inmates for similar reasons, a plan backed by the city's Board of Connection. All right, so you see how this pestilence is affecting everybody, man. All right, you're going to have, you know, like when it says in invading one another, you're going to see that. All right, you're going to see a uprise in crime because of this, man. All right, when has America ever, you know, let their criminals go? All because of this virus, man. It's all the plan of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All right, so I just wanted to make that quick video, man. I hope it was edifying. With that, I'm going to say shalom.